Chapter 1. The Mysterious Arrival. Elmsworth, a tranquil village nestled at the foot of mist-shrouded mountains, was a place where the ordinary and the extraordinary often danced on the edge of possibility. Cobblestone streets wound through the heart of the village, lined with cozy cottages adorned with flower-filled window boxes. Smoke lazily drifted from chimneys, painting the sky with a calming hue as the villagers went about their daily routines. Generations had passed beneath the watchful eyes of those ancient mountains, and with each passing year, the village had grown into a tapestry of stories and secrets. One tale, whispered around hearths and over cups of spiced cider, seemed to captivate the villagers like no other. A story woven with threads of magic and mystery. It was the legend of the Arcane Wyrm. As the village's storyteller, Old Marlin, would recount in hushed tones, the Arcane Wyrm was a creature of enchantment, a being of magic that had slipped into the realm of humans from the mystical unknown. It was said to possess the ability to command the elements, to shape the very fabric of reality with its will. Every child's eyes would widen as Old Marlin spoke, imagining a creature that could harness the power of lightning and command the winds to dance. Every adult would listen, not just with curiosity, but with a glint of yearning in their eyes, secretly hoping that the legend held a glimmer of truth. And then, one fateful morning, that glimmer turned into something more tangible, something real. Eleanor, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity, had always been drawn to the edge of the enchanted forest that bordered the village. It was a place of whispers, where sunlight filtered through the leaves in shards of emerald, and the air seemed to hum with a melody known only to the trees. It was on such a morning that Eleanor's steps led her deeper into the heart of the forest than she had ever ventured before. Birds trilled above her, their songs intermingling with the rustling leaves underfoot. As the forest thickened, Eleanor's heart quickened, a blend of excitement and trepidation coursing through her veins. In a small clearing, dappled sunlight illuminated a sight that would forever alter the course of Eleanor's life. An egg, glowing with an ethereal light, nestled amidst a bed of soft moss. Its surface seemed to ripple with energy, casting an otherworldly glow that painted the surrounding flora in hues of sapphire and amethyst. Eleanor's breath caught in her throat as she approached the radiant egg, her fingertips grazing its surface. A surge of warmth flowed into her, a connection sparking to life in the depths of her being. She felt as though she had become a part of something far greater than herself, a thread woven into the grand tapestry of the universe. Time seemed to stand still as Eleanor stared at the egg, her mind awash with wonder and questions. How had this egg come to be here, in the heart of the enchanted forest? Was it truly the embodiment of the Arcane Wyrm, as the legends foretold? With a mixture of trepidation and resolve, Eleanor carefully cradled the egg in her arms, a sense of purpose blooming within her. She would keep this secret for now, for she knew that the egg represented a connection to a world beyond imagination. A world where magic was more than just tales told around hearths. As Eleanor made her way back to Elmsworth, the egg nestled safely against her chest. A gust of wind rustled the trees, carrying with it a whisper that seemed to echo through the forest. It was a whisper of ancient power, of destiny set into motion, and of a journey that would unveil the mysteries of the Arcane Wyrm. Little did Eleanor know that her discovery was merely the beginning of a tale that would intertwine her fate with the very essence of magic itself, setting in motion events that would test her courage, challenge her beliefs, and reveal the true nature of the world she thought she knew. And so, beneath the gaze of the ancient mountains, the village of Elmsworth held its breath, unaware of the enchanting journey that awaited them all. Chapter 2. The Hatching. In the days that followed Eleanor's discovery of the radiant egg, a sense of anticipation and wonder seemed to permeate the village of Elmsworth. Whispers of the mystical egg spread like wildfire, and the villagers couldn't help but cast curious glances toward Eleanor whenever she passed by, cradling the ethereal treasure in her arms. Eleanor, with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, had set up a cozy nest within her own cottage for the radiant egg. She had lined the nest with soft, fragrant herbs and placed it by the window, allowing the gentle sunlight to filter through and caress the egg's surface. Each morning, she would awaken to the egg's soft, pulsating glow, a silent reminder of the extraordinary journey that lay ahead. As the days turned into weeks, Eleanor felt a growing connection with the egg. She would spend hours sitting beside it, feeling the subtle vibrations that seemed to resonate between them. The bond was unmistakable, a thread of magic that linked her to the enigmatic creature within. Then, one crisp morning, as the first light of dawn painted the sky in shades of pink and gold, a low, melodic hum filled the air. Eleanor's heart raced as she watched in awe as cracks appeared on the egg's surface, like delicate patterns etched by unseen hands. The moment she had been waiting for had finally arrived. The egg was hatching. Carefully, Eleanor held her breath as the cracks widened, revealing glimpses of the creature within. Slowly, a pair of luminescent eyes blinked open, regarding Eleanor with a mixture of curiosity and trust. And then, with a graceful movement, the creature unfurled itself from the remnants of the eggshell, revealing its form, a baby, small yet radiant, with shimmering scales that glowed like precious gems. The baby regarded Eleanor with a sense of recognition, as though they shared an unspoken understanding. Eleanor's heart swelled with a rush of emotions, awe, wonder, and a deep, profound connection that transcended words. She extended a hand, her fingers brushing against the baby worm's delicate scales, and a surge of warmth enveloped her. From that moment on, Eleanor and the baby Wyrm became inseparable companions. She named the Wyrm, Lumina, a reflection of its radiant nature, and together, they embarked on a journey of discovery. Lumina proved to possess a playful and mischievous spirit, and as their bond deepened, Eleanor couldn't help but marvel at the magical abilities that Lumina exhibited. With a flick of its tail, Lumina could conjure playful sparks of light that danced around the room. A gentle exhalation of its breath could create delicate gusts of wind that ruffled Eleanor's hair. And, to Eleanor's amazement, Lumina seemed to have an uncanny ability to understand her thoughts and emotions, responding with trills of joy or soothing hums. However, Eleanor soon realized that Lumina's magical abilities were not just for amusement. The baby Wyrm had an innate sense of empathy, and its magic seemed attuned to the needs of the village. During a particularly harsh storm, Lumina's radiant light guided lost travelers to safety. When crops faltered, Lumina's gentle breezes carried the scent of blooming flowers, revitalizing the fields. But Eleanor also recognized that Lumina's powers were not fully under control. There were moments when Lumina's playful spells resulted in unexpected chaos, a room suddenly filled with floating objects, or a playful zephyr sweeping through the village marketplace. Eleanor knew that she had to help Lumina learn to harness its magic, to channel its energy with intention and purpose. And so, as the days turned into months, Eleanor and Lumina embarked on a journey of discovery and growth. Guided by the village's stories of the arcane Wyrm and fueled by their unbreakable bond, they delved into the mysteries of magic, seeking to unlock Lumina's true potential. Little did they know that their journey would lead them to unexpected friendships, formidable challenges, and the realization that Lumina's magical abilities were but a glimpse of the profound and awe-inspiring destiny that awaited them both. As Lumina's scales shimmered in the soft glow of the moonlight, Eleanor couldn't help but feel that their lives were forever entwined with the enchanting and mysterious forces of the world. Chapter 3. The Council's Concern. The village of Elmsworth buzzed with an air of anticipation and curiosity, much like a bustling beehive stirred by the promise of sweet nectar. Whispers of Lumina's arrival had spread far and wide, and the villagers couldn't help but regard the radiant baby Wyrm with a mixture of awe and apprehension. As Eleanor and Lumina continued their journey of discovery, word of the Wyrm's magical abilities reached the ears of the village council, a group of wise elders entrusted with making important decisions for the well-being of Elmsworth. The council, seated in the grand hall at the heart of the village, gathered to discuss the newfound presence of magic within their midst. Councillor Thaddeus, a man known for his stern demeanor and unyielding dedication to tradition, cleared his throat and peered over his spectacles at the gathered council members. "Fellow councilors," he began, his voice carrying the weight of authority, "we find ourselves faced with a matter of great significance. The arcane Wyrm, as the legends speak of, has returned to our village." Murmurs of astonishment rippled through the room, and the council members exchanged knowing glances. The legend of the arcane Wyrm had always been a source of fascination and intrigue, yet its return invoked a sense of unease. Councillor Eleonora, a woman of compassion and empathy, raised her hand to speak. "I understand the concerns that may arise with Lumina's presence," Eleonora said, her voice gentle yet resolute. "However, I believe that we should approach this situation with an open heart and an open mind. Lumina has shown no signs of malice, and perhaps there is more to the legend than we realize." Councillor Thaddeus arched an eyebrow, his skepticism evident. "Open-mindedness is well and good, Eleonora, but we must also consider the potential consequences. Magic, as history has shown, is a force that can be both wondrous and dangerous. We must ensure that our village remains safe." As the councillors debated, Eleanor stood at the threshold of the grand hall, listening intently to their words. Lumina, perched on her shoulder, regarded the proceedings with curious eyes that seemed to shimmer with understanding. Eleanor knew that Lumina's magic held the potential to benefit the village, but she also recognized the need to address the council's concerns. With a determined glint in her eyes, Eleanor stepped forward, her voice carrying a blend of conviction and respect. "Councilors, I understand the need for caution, and I share your desire to keep Elmsworth safe. However, Lumina's abilities have already proven beneficial. With proper guidance, we can ensure that Lumina's magic is used for the betterment of our village." Councillor Thaddeus regarded Eleanor thoughtfully, his gaze lingering on Lumina. "Very well," he conceded, "we shall allow Lumina to remain in the village, under your watchful eye, Eleanor. But know this. Should any harm come to our village as a result of Lumina's magic, the consequences will be dire." Eleanor nodded, her gratitude evident. "Thank you, Councillor Thaddeus. I promise to exercise utmost caution and responsibility." And so, with the council's decision made, Lumina became a part of the village of Elmsworth. Eleanor and the radiant Wyrm continued their journey, guided by a sense of purpose and the desire to prove that Lumina's magic could be a force for good. As days turned into weeks, Lumina's presence became a familiar sight in the village. The villagers, once apprehensive, began to warm to the baby Wyrm, often seeking its magical assistance in times of need. Lumina's playful sparks of light brought smiles to children's faces, and its gentle breezes seemed to carry a sense of tranquility that enveloped the village. Yet, Eleanor knew that their journey was far from over. Lumina's magic remained a mystery, and the true extent of its potential had yet to be unlocked. With each passing day, Eleanor and Lumina delved deeper into the world of magic, seeking to harness its power while honoring the village's traditions. Unbeknownst to them, a greater destiny awaited, one that would test their bond, challenge their beliefs, and reveal the true nature of Lumina's connection to the ancient legends of the arcane Wyrm. And as the village of Elmsworth continued to thrive under Lumina's watchful gaze, the stage was set for a journey that would forever change their lives and the course of history itself. Chapter 4. The Trials of Valor. In the heart of Elmsworth, a vibrant energy permeated the air. The villagers bustled with an air of excitement, for the time of the annual harvest festival had arrived. Colorful banners adorned the streets, and the aroma of freshly baked pies wafted through the crisp autumn breeze. Eleanor and Lumina joined in the festivities, their presence adding an extra layer of enchantment to the celebration. Children gathered around Lumina, their eyes wide with wonder as the baby Wyrm conjured playful sparks that danced in the air. Laughter filled the village square as Lumina's gentle breezes lifted colorful leaves into the sky, creating a swirling, magical dance. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over the village, The festival transitioned into a more solemn tradition, the lighting of the harvest flame. The flame, a symbol of unity and prosperity, was said to be a gift from the very heart of the enchanted forest. Eleanor watched with reverence as the villagers gathered around the towering bonfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. She couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude for Lumina's presence and the role they had come to play in the village's well-being. As the final embers of the harvest flame illuminated the night sky, Counselor Thaddeus approached Eleanor, his expression a curious blend of contemplation and approval. "Eleanor," he began, "I must admit that Lumina's presence has brought a certain enchantment to our village." Eleanor smiled, acknowledging the counselor's words. "Thank you, Counselor Thaddeus. Lumina's magic has shown us that there is great potential for harmony between our world and the magic that resides within it." Counselor Eleonora, who had been quietly observing from the shadows, stepped forward. "Eleanor, if you and Lumina are truly committed to proving the worth of magic, I propose a series of trials, a demonstration of Lumina's abilities that will showcase its potential to the villagers." Eleanor exchanged a glance with Lumina, a mixture of determination and excitement lighting up her eyes. "We accept the challenge, Counselor Eleonora. Lumina and I are ready to embark on the trials and prove that magic can be a force for good." And so, the trials of valor were set into motion. Eleanor, Lumina, and a small group of villagers gathered in the heart of the enchanted forest, the air charged with anticipation. Counselor Eleonora, along with a select group of council members, observed the proceedings, their expressions a mix of skepticism and curiosity. The first trial tested Lumina's ability to manipulate elements. With a graceful movement of its body, Lumina conjured a swirling vortex of leaves, creating a mesmerizing dance of color and motion. The villagers watched in awe as Lumina's magic wove a tapestry of nature's beauty before their very eyes. The second trial focused on Lumina's empathy and its capacity to understand the needs of the village. Eleanor shared stories of Lumina's interventions. A lost child guided safely home, ailing crops revitalized by Lumina's touch. The villagers listened intently, their skepticism giving way to fascination and respect. As the trials continued, Lumina's magical prowess became more evident with each passing moment. Lumina's soothing hums brought a sense of tranquility, and its radiant light illuminated even the darkest corners of the forest. By the time the trials concluded, Lumina had not only captured the hearts of the villagers but had also ignited a spark of belief in the potential of magic. With a sense of accomplishment, Eleanor and Lumina returned to the village square, where the council members awaited their verdict. Counselor Thaddeus, his skepticism softened, addressed the gathered crowd. "It is with great pleasure that I announce the successful completion of the trials of valor," Counselor Thaddeus declared, his voice carrying a note of genuine admiration. "Lumina has proven itself to be a guardian of light and a force for good within our village." The villagers erupted into applause, their cheers a testament to the transformation that Lumina's magic had wrought. Eleanor and Lumina exchanged a triumphant glance, their bond stronger than ever. As the celebrations continued well into the night, Eleanor couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and gratitude. The trials of valor had not only showcased Lumina's magical abilities but had also kindled a newfound sense of unity and belief within the village of Elmsworth. Little did Eleanor know that their journey was far from over, for the trials had set in motion a series of events that would challenge their courage, forge unbreakable bonds, and led them to the very heart of the mysteries that lay beyond the realm of human understanding. And as the moon cast its silvery glow over the village, Lumina's radiant light served as a beacon of hope, guiding them toward the destiny that awaited. A destiny intertwined with the legacy of the Arcane Wyrm. Chapter 5. The Revelation. The days that followed the triumphant conclusion of the trials of valor were filled with a renewed sense of harmony and purpose within the village of Elmsworth. Lumina's magical presence had woven a tapestry of wonder and belief among the villagers, and Eleanor could sense a palpable shift in the air. A shift that hinted at the possibility of a future where magic and humanity coexisted in perfect harmony. Eleanor and Lumina, emboldened by their success, spent their time delving deeper into the mysteries of magic. They pored over ancient tomes, seeking hidden knowledge that might shed light on Lumina's true potential. As the seasons changed, Lumina's abilities continued to evolve, and Eleanor marveled at the Wyrm's innate connection to the energies that flowed through the world. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast a warm glow over the enchanted forest, Eleanor stumbled upon a particularly intriguing passage in an old book. The passage spoke of a prophecy that foretold the return of a powerful being with the ability to shape the very fabric of reality, a being whose destiny was intertwined with the balance of magic and the mortal realm. Heart-pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Eleanor read the words aloud to Lumina, who regarded her with luminescent eyes that seemed to shimmer with recognition. Could it be possible that Lumina was being foretold by the prophecy? Was Lumina's presence in Elmsworth connected to a greater purpose, one that extended beyond their understanding? As Eleanor pondered these questions, a soft voice drifted through the air, an ethereal whisper that seemed to echo from the heart of the enchanted forest itself. Eleanor and Lumina exchanged a glance, their instincts guiding them deeper into the woods, toward a hidden glade bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. In the glade, they found themselves in the presence of a figure bathed in starlight, an apparition of radiant beauty and ancient wisdom. It was the spirit of the enchanted forest, a being of boundless magic and knowledge that had watched over the realm for centuries. Eleanor, the spirit's voice resonated like a gentle breeze. Lumina's presence is no mere coincidence. The Wyrm embodies the essence of the arcane Wyrm, a beacon of magic and balance that has returned to fulfill its destined role. Eleanor's heart raced as the spirit's words sank in. Lumina, the baby Wyrm she had nurtured and befriended, was connected to a legacy that spanned generations, the legacy steeped in ancient magic and untold power. She felt a surge of awe and responsibility, realizing that their journey had only just begun. The prophecy speaks of a great task that awaits, the spirit continued, its gaze fixed on Lumina. Lumina's abilities are but a glimpse of its potential. To fulfill its destiny, Lumina must learn to channel the primal forces of magic and unlock the true extent of its powers. Eleanor nodded, her determination unwavering. We are ready to embrace this journey, to guide Lumina toward its destiny and ensure that its magic brings harmony to our world. The spirit's form shimmered, its presence merging with the rustling leaves and the whispers of the forest. Remember, Eleanor, that Lumina's power is a reflection of the balance within. As you guide Lumina on its path, seek to understand the interconnectedness of all things, and you shall unlock the keys to its true potential. With those cryptic words, the spirit faded into the moonlit shadows, leaving Eleanor and Lumina with a profound sense of purpose. They stood in the glade, Lumina's scales radiating with a renewed brilliance, ready to embark on a journey that would challenge their limits, test their bond, and unveil the enigmatic truths that lay at the heart of the prophecy. As the night deepened and the stars illuminated the sky, Eleanor and Lumina turned their gaze toward the horizon, their hearts filled with a mixture of anticipation and resolve. The path ahead was shrouded in mystery, yet they were ready to embrace the revelation that awaited them, a revelation that would reshape their understanding of magic, destiny, and the extraordinary bond that connected them to the legacy of the arcane Wyrm. Chapter 6. The Gathering Storm. In the weeks that followed the revelation from the spirit of the enchanted forest, a sense of urgency seemed to settle over Elmsworth. Eleanor and Lumina knew that their journey had taken on a new significance, one that extended beyond the boundaries of their village. The prophecy had hinted at a greater purpose, a destiny that would challenge them in ways they could scarcely imagine. As Eleanor and Lumina continued to hone their magical abilities, news arrived that cast a shadow over the village. An ominous presence had emerged on the outskirts of the enchanted forest. Rumors spoke of a powerful sorcerer, a wielder of dark magic whose intentions were shrouded in mystery. The villagers grew uneasy, their once curious gazes turning to wary glances as the sorcerer's influence began to seep into the land. Crops withered, and the forest itself seemed to whisper of a growing imbalance, a disturbance that threatened the delicate harmony between magic and reality. Eleanor, guided by the wisdom of the spirit, recognized the urgency of the situation. With Lumina by her side, she embarked on a journey to confront the gathering storm, determined to understand the sorcerer's motives and restore equilibrium to the realm. Their path led them deeper into the enchanted forest, where shadows danced among ancient trees and the air hummed with a foreboding energy. Luminous scales emitted a radiant light, illuminating the darkness that lay ahead. The forest seemed to pulse with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation, as though it recognized the significance of their quest. After days of travel, Eleanor and Lumina reached a clearing bathed in moonlight, where a figure stood with an air of sinister mystique. The sorcerer, cloaked in darkness and surrounded by an aura of malevolence, regarded them with eyes that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. Eleanor, the caretaker of Lumina, the arcane Wyrm, the sorcerer's voice echoed, laced with an unsettling charm. I have heard of your trials and the stirrings of magic within this village. I have come seeking the Wyrm's power, for I believe it holds the key to unlocking the ultimate source of magic. Eleanor's heart raced, her instincts on high alert. She exchanged a glance with Lumina, the unbreakable bond between them serving as a beacon of courage. You speak of power, sorcerer, but power unchecked can lead to chaos and destruction. We seek to harness magic for the greater good, to restore balance and harmony. The sorcerer's lips curled into a malicious smile. Ah, the naivety of mortals. You underestimate the potential of magic, the true essence that flows through the veins of the universe. With Lumina's power, I can reshape reality itself, and none shall stand in my way. As the sorcerer raised a hand, dark tendrils of magic coiled around him, crackling with energy. Eleanor and Lumina braced themselves, their determination unwavering. Lumina's scales glowed with an intensified brilliance, and Eleanor channeled her newfound knowledge to counter the sorcerer's dark magic with a surge of radiant light. A clash of forces reverberated through the clearing, a battle of wills and magic that seemed to ripple through the very fabric of existence. Eleanor and Lumina poured their collective strength into the struggle, each beam of light meeting the sorcerer's shadows with an unyielding resolve. As the battle raged on, Lumina's magic surged, weaving intricate patterns that danced through the air. Eleanor's heart pounded, a realization dawning upon her. The true power of magic lay not in dominance, but in the delicate balance between light and shadow, creation and transformation. With a final surge of energy, Lumina's radiant light pierced through the sorcerer's darkness, dispelling the malevolent magic and leaving him weakened. The sorcerer staggered, his aura of power fading into nothingness. You are a fool to think that power alone will bring you mastery over magic, Eleanor declared, her voice unwavering. True magic lies in understanding, in nurturing the delicate threads that connect all things. We will not allow you to disrupt the balance. Defeated and humbled, the sorcerer vanished into the night, leaving behind a sense of lingering unease. Eleanor and Lumina stood amidst the moonlit clearing, their breaths steadying as the forest seemed to sigh in relief. The balance had been preserved, but the encounter had revealed the depths of the challenges that lay ahead. As they returned to Elmsworth, Eleanor and Lumina knew that their journey had taken an unforeseen turn. The sorcerer's ambition had unveiled the fragile nature of magic and the need to safeguard its harmony. With newfound determination, they shared their encounter with the village, igniting a sense of unity and purpose among the villagers. Little did they know that their confrontation with the sorcerer had set in motion a chain of events that would lead them to confront even greater perils, forge unbreakable alliances, and reveal the true extent of Lumina's destiny. As the village of Elmsworth rallied behind them, Eleanor and Lumina prepared to face a future where the forces of light and darkness would collide, and where the true power of magic would be put to the ultimate test. Chapter 7. The Battle of Magic. The atmosphere in Chapter 7. The Battle of Magic. The atmosphere in Elmsworth was charged with a mixture of anticipation and unease. The encounter with the sorcerer had served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between magic and reality, and the villagers couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. Eleanor and Lumina had become symbols of hope, their journey to preserve the harmony of their world a source of inspiration. As weeks turned into months, whispers of a growing darkness reached the village, a shadowy force that threatened to unleash chaos and upheaval. Counselor Thaddeus convened a meeting of the village council, and Eleanor and Lumina were invited to share their insights. "We have faced challenges before, but this threat is unlike any other," Counselor Thaddeus stated, his voice grave. The sorcerer's actions were but a harbinger of a greater storm that looms on the horizon. "We must prepare ourselves for what may come." Eleanor nodded, her gaze steady. "We cannot ignore the signs any longer. The forces that seek to disrupt the balance of magic and reality must be confronted." Counselor Eleonora spoke, her voice carrying a note of determination. "Our village must unite, both those with magical abilities and those without. Together, we can harness the full extent of Lumina's power and stand against this darkness." And so, a plan was set into motion. A plan that would bring the village of Elmsworth together in a show of unity and strength. Villagers with varying degrees of magical abilities joined forces, guided by Eleanor's leadership and Lumina's radiant presence. They trained tirelessly, honing their skills and learning to channel magic with intention and purpose. The training sessions were intense, marked by moments of frustration and triumph. Lumina, as a source of inspiration, displayed its own growth, its magical abilities evolving with each passing day. Eleanor and Lumina delved deeper into the teachings of the enchanted forest spirit, seeking to unlock the secrets that would empower them in the coming battle. As the days drew closer to the inevitable confrontation, the village became a beacon of preparation and determination. The villagers forged bonds that transcended their differences, united by a common purpose, to protect their world from the encroaching darkness. And then, one fateful night, the darkness descended upon Elmsworth. The sky crackled with malevolent energy, and the air hummed with a sense of impending doom. The sorcerer, having regrouped and grown in power, had returned, accompanied by a horde of shadowy minions that twisted and contorted as though born from nightmares. Eleanor and Lumina stood at the forefront of the village, their allies by their side. The villagers, their faces etched with determination, channeled their magic, creating a barrier of light that surrounded Elmsworth. Lumina's scales shimmered with an intensified brilliance, its presence serving as a rallying point for the forces of good. The battle commenced, a clash of magic and willpower that shook the very earth. Lumina's radiant light danced in harmony with the villagers' spells, pushing back against the sorcerer's darkness. Waves of energy surged and collided, creating a spectacle of light and shadow that illuminated the night. Eleanor's heart pounded as she poured her energy into the struggle, her focus unwavering. She felt the presence of the enchanted forest spirit guiding her, its whispers of ancient wisdom bolstering her resolve. Lumina's magic surged, its connection to the balance of magic and reality resonating with the very core of their being. The battle raged on, the forces of darkness driven back by the combined might of Elmsworth's unity. The sorcerer's minions faltered and dissipated, their malevolent energy consumed by the brilliance of Lumina's light. And then, in a final surge of power, Lumina and Eleanor channeled their energy into a torrent of radiant magic that engulfed the sorcerer, dispelling his darkness once and for all. The aftermath of the battle left the village in awe and exhaustion. The sorcerer's threat had been vanquished, and Elmsworth stood as a testament to the strength of unity and the power of magic harnessed for good. Eleanor and Lumina, their bond unbreakable, were hailed as heroes, their journey a beacon of hope that had preserved the delicate balance of their world. As the sun rose over Elmsworth, its golden rays casting a warm glow over the village, Eleanor and Lumina shared a quiet moment of reflection. The battle had been won, but their journey was far from over. The forces that sought to disrupt the harmony between magic and reality still lingered, and the true extent of Lumina's destiny remained to be unraveled. With renewed determination, Eleanor looked toward the horizon, her heart filled with a sense of purpose. Lumina's radiant light shimmered beside her, a reminder of the extraordinary bond they shared and the path that lay ahead. The battle of magic had been a testament to their courage and resolve, a turning point that would shape the course of their destiny and the legacy of the Arcane Wyrm. Chapter 8. The Arcane Unity. In the aftermath of the Battle of Magic, Elmsworth basked in a newfound sense of tranquility and harmony. The village had united to confront the forces of darkness, and the bonds forged during the battle had only grown stronger. Eleanor and Lumina had become symbols of courage and hope, and their journey had inspired a spirit of unity among the villagers. As the seasons changed and the village flourished, Eleanor and Lumina continued to delve into the mysteries of magic. Their connection to the enchanted forest spirit deepened, and Lumina's powers evolved, reflecting the delicate balance between light and shadow. The Wyrm's abilities had grown beyond their wildest expectations, and Eleanor couldn't help but marvel at the beauty and complexity of Lumina's magic. One day, as Eleanor sat beneath the shade of an ancient oak tree, Lumina perched beside her. A soft breeze carried the whispers of the enchanted forest spirit. The voice, once cryptic, now spoke with clarity and purpose. "Eleanor, Lumina, the time has come for you to embrace your true destiny." The spirit's voice resonated, its presence filling the air around them. "The balance you have upheld is but a reflection of a greater cosmic harmony, a harmony that transcends the boundaries of your world." Eleanor looked at Lumina, her eyes filled with a mixture of wonder and anticipation. "What do you mean, spirit? What is our true destiny?" The spirit's presence seemed to envelop them, a symphony of magic and wisdom. "You are the Arcane Unity, the embodiment of the balance between magic and reality. Lumina's radiant magic and your understanding of its intricate threads have unlocked a power that can reshape the very fabric of existence." Lumina's scales glowed with a soft, pulsating light, as though resonating with the spirit's words. Eleanor's heart raced, a profound sense of responsibility settling upon her shoulders. "But how do we embrace this destiny? What must we do?" The spirit's voice carried a sense of serenity. "To fully embrace your role as the Arcane Unity, you must journey to the nexus of magic, a realm where the forces of magic converge and weave the tapestry of reality. There, you will unlock the true potential of Lumina's magic and, in doing so, restore balance not only to your world but to all worlds." Eleanor nodded, a determination burning in her eyes. "We are ready, spirit. We will embark on this journey and fulfill our destiny." And so, Eleanor and Lumina set forth on their most perilous adventure yet, the journey to the nexus of magic. Guided by the enchanted forest spirit, they traversed landscapes that seemed to blur the boundaries of imagination and reality. Lumina's magic wove a protective barrier around them, shielding them from the unfathomable forces that surrounded them. As they arrived at the nexus of magic, Eleanor and Lumina were greeted by a breathtaking sight, a swirling vortex of colors, energies, and realities colliding and merging. The air hummed with an otherworldly resonance, and Eleanor felt as though she stood at the very crossroads of existence. With the spirit's guidance, Eleanor and Lumina stepped into the nexus, their connection to each other and to the balance of magic strengthening their resolve. Lumina's magic intertwined with the currents of energy, its radiant light blending harmoniously with the kaleidoscope of colors that surrounded them. Eleanor closed her eyes, her heart attuned to the rhythm of the nexus. She felt Lumina's presence beside her, a guiding force that echoed with the essence of the Arcane Wyrm. With a deep breath, she channeled her energy, weaving Lumina's magic with her own in a symphony of light and intention. As Lumina's magic pulsed in harmony with Eleanor's, the very fabric of the nexus responded. Realities converged and diverged, threads of magic interweaving to create a tapestry that resonated with Lumina's essence. A surge of energy coursed through Eleanor and Lumina, their bond strengthening as they unlocked the Wyrm's true potential. In an awe-inspiring burst of radiant light, Lumina's magic merged with the Nexus, creating a surge of energy that rippled outward, transcending the boundaries of their world. Eleanor and Lumina's connection to cosmic harmony had been realized, and their destiny as the Arcane Unity had been fulfilled. As they emerged from the Nexus of Magic, Elmsworth stood before them, bathed in a warm, golden glow. The village seemed to resonate with a newfound energy, a reflection of the balance they had restored to the realm. The villagers gathered, their eyes filled with wonder and gratitude, for they could feel the shift in the very essence of their world. Eleanor and Lumina shared a knowing glance, their journey having come full circle. The legacy of the arcane Wyrm had been embraced, and the unity of magic and reality had been preserved. The path they had walked, from the discovery of the radiant egg to the realization of their destiny as the arcane unity, had shaped not only their lives but the very fate of their world. And as Eleanor and Lumina stood together, their bond unbreakable and their magic intertwined, they knew that their journey was far from over. The legacy of the arcane Wyrm would continue to guide them, and the harmony they had restored would forever be a testament to the power of unity, courage, and the extraordinary connection between magic and reality.